Hello and welcome to Value Chain TV News Update. I am Adalbio Gwejofor with the news. And on the news update, President Bola Tinubu is set to present the 2024 appropriation bill to a joint session of the National Assembly. The presentation, which will be made on Wednesday, is coming as the Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, Abubakar Bagudu, disclosed the approval of the 27.5 trillion naira 2024 appropriation bill to State House correspondents after the close of the Federal Executive Council's weekly meeting, presided over by Tinubu at the Aso Rock Villa earlier in Abuja. The 27.5 trillion naira budget translates to a per capita spending plan of about 127,000 naira per citizen, which in dollar terms comes down to about $150 using the official exchange rate. Coming on the heels of foreign exchange instability and weakness of the naira, leading to a loss of about $193 billion in the country's gross domestic product, Value Chain TV asked some Nigerians their expectation on the new budget.
Over the years, we have been hearing some promises and have not really come to pass. I get me. So if you are expecting 124,000 naira, that one cannot build your dream now. Cannot feed the family. What can it do for you? So if you are depending on 124,000 naira, the energy for you to go and work and pursue your dream and destiny, you will not be like the government to promise you. I want to disappoint you now. You see, I see the government are not. See, government is Nigeria. Nigeria is government. It's human being that is government. I get people that are on the throne, on the power there. They're not safe for all of us in Nigeria. So the best thing I can only advise, and my opinion is that everybody pursue their dream and destiny. I get it. But that's someone is telling you, wait for me to give you money. If you are ready to shoot on somebody, when the person gets out of the movie, you will fall, certainly. So you don't need to depend on anybody. It does depend on your dream and God.
We cannot give what we don't have. You understand? If they share the money, they give them $150, I think they will share according to our population. You understand what I'm saying? Well, it's good. And you can't just be expecting people that are collecting money not to work again. Government cannot carry all our responsibility. It is we work for yourself at the same time, whatever the help or any assistance that government want to give you, they will render it. You understand? We are not crippled.
The 2024 budget, it's funny. I personally went through that budget and do my findings, and I discovered that the budget is a fraud, in the sense that it is not reflecting on how it's going to benefit the Nigerian people, but it's mostly reflecting on how it's going to benefit the ruling class.
The federal government has pledged 5 billion cubic feet of gas per day to domestic and export markets. Minister of Petroleum Resources Gas, Ekperikpe Epo, made the pledge during his address at the just concluded West African Gas Pipeline Authority Committee of Ministers meeting in Cotonou, Benin Republic. While speaking, Ekpo said that member countries like Benin, Togo and Ghana will keep getting consistent gas supply from Nigeria to meet their domestic energy needs. Ibrahim Usman has the report.
The Decade of Gas initiative aims to develop and commercialize over 5 billion cubic feet per day of gas for both domestic usage and export markets. Ekpo highlighted Nigeria's current focus on gas as a primary fuel source, emphasizing ongoing initiatives aimed at maximizing the country's vast natural gas resources. The minister emphasized the Nigerian government's commitment to fostering unity within the West African sub-region and ensuring energy stability through the West African gas pipeline system. Additionally, he underscored the significance of initiatives like the Presidential Compressed Natural Gas Program and the Nigerian Gas Expansion Program, designed to promote the transition from liquid fuels to gas for automobiles and other sectors. With the Christmas holidays fast approaching, he stressed the urgency of finding solutions to alleviate the cost pressures and prevent hardships for Nigerians. For Value Chain TV, Ibrahim Usman reporting.
Sahara Energy Group has expressed commitment to transform into a net zero business entity by 2060 as it continues to align operations in order to facilitate greener and cleaner energy solutions. Director of Governance and Sustainability for Sahara Group, Ejiro Gray, disclosed this during the presentation of Sahara Group's 2022 Sustainability Report in Lagos. Gray noted that the plan would cover Sahara Group's operations in the upstream, downstream, midstream, power and infrastructure sectors in over 42 countries across Africa, Asia, Europe and the Middle East. Nigerian telecom subscribers have spent at least 2.59 trillion naira on airtime and data in the first 9 months of 2023. This was disclosed in a financial statement of MTN Nigeria and Airtel Africa. The spendings represent a 32.57% increase from the 1.95 trillion naira both telecommunications networks recorded from both income sources in the corresponding period of 2022. The telecos expressed that the increase in voice and data revenue was partially driven by rising data subscriptions and the devaluation of the naira, which continues to fuel the company's overall revenue growth. The cost of transportation has witnessed significant increase from escalating petrol and diesel prices, resulting in 75% increase in fares over the past year, according to the National Bureau of Statistics. Available data from the Bureau shows a 222.92% in retail price of petrol between October 2022 and October 2023. This increase has come with a huge toll on activities, lifestyle, and well-being of Nigerians. The report.
Many persons will ordinarily want to go and see their loved ones in the village, in other places. But for the fact that the prices of transportation is like triple, it's tripled. So invariably, many persons will not want to travel. And my opinion about traveling this season is that if you don't have anything serious doing, anything that you must appear, that you must travel for, just put it aside, because there's no point traveling now and come back by January and be begging for transport fare to work.
To me, my point of view of the way the country is, to me, I know the condition is not permanent. With time we are going to get out of the problem we are into it for now. But to me, going home for Christmas is not a must go. If you have the means to go and see your people, it's good to go and see. But if you don't have the means to go, to me, I will advise whoever that want to go should be patient and wait for good time.
Every living person in Nigeria now already knows that prices of goods and services has increased tremendously, and there's nothing we can do about it other than to checkmate our spendings and bills payments. So concerning traveling, especially towards the end of the year, as usual for most Nigerians, I would advise that people do not travel. For example, earlier in the year, I and my family, my husband, were planning that in December of this same 2023 that we'll be traveling for the Xmas period. But since the increase in petroleum prices, we sat down to calculate the costs of petrol that would take us to our village in Kwara State and back, and it was 200,000 naira. And in addition to the food items that we would send to our parents, well, we decided that it is better for us to split this money into both families for 100,000 naira each.
Following a recent report of diversion of a Lagos-Abuja-bound air flight to Asaba, Delta State, Aviation Minister Festus Keyamo has countered a statement credited to the airline operator United Nigerian Airlines. Keyamo said the pilots who flew the airplane were foreigners who were not familiar with the Nigerian terrain, adding that the Nigerian Safety Investigation Bureau is investigating the incident, with the Bureau given a stipulated time of 10 days to submit their reports. The mix-up, coming after 3 reported incidents of near crashes in the aviation sector, has sparked a wave of criticism on social media and many commentators. S.A. Ufoma, was out to find out from some Nigerians whether or not this will affect demand for air travels during the festive season. The report.
It seems November is in a hurry to leave us as the festive season draws near, and as usual, Nigerians are gearing up for journeys. However, with the recent happenings in the aviation sector, like diversion of flights from Lagos to Asaba instead of Abuja, has left worries and concerns in the heart of Nigerians concerning the safety of the air travel. Today, we're out here on the streets to find out what Nigerians think concerning this situation. Are they still confident about using the air travel as a means of getting to their holiday destinations or not? Stay with us as we find out more from Nigerians.
Well, when I saw that news, I was a bit surprised about the conviction. I think there was a poor communication between the management of the flight agency and the crew. So then traveling this particular season, one has to be discretional about it. So you should have, if your traveling is not really important, so you shouldn't really put yourself at risk of being on the road. And now coupled with the cost of transportation.
I feel it's for the safety of everybody, most especially the passengers on board, because they can't just divert destination just like that if there was no any weather issue. I read online that it was due to the weather that they had to divert the plane to Asaba, right? For their safety. So I feel it's okay. It's just for everybody's safety. It's better they divert it than coming to their destination they can't land or they crash. I think that's better. It's better they divert it and they are safe than coming to their destination and they can't land or they crash.
The government can work on what is on ground. No problem. I still encourage people to go on air because presently that's the safer way of traveling because the road is actually bad and the whole thing that is happening around. So for me, the air is a yes for me if they can work on it.
Hearing from Nigerians today, it shows they still believe in the aviation sector. They just call on the government to make costs of transportation a little bit bearable so Nigerians can go about their daily activities and enjoy the festive period as they've always done. Reporting from Value Chain TV, I am S.A. Ufoma.
And that's it on Value Chain News Update. I am Adalbio Gwejofor. Thanks for staying with us.